Welcome back to another episode of Car Craze. Today, we're diving into the future with one of the most iconic sports cars of all time, the Porsche 911. The 2026 model year has brought some exciting changes, careful refinements, and even some bold steps forward for a car that has always walked the line between tradition and innovation. The 2026 Porsche 911 continues the 992 generation platform, but with enough enhancements that it feels like a new chapter. From powertrains to aerodynamics, interior tech to driving dynamics, this is more than just a mild refresh. Porsche has reasserted its philosophy, evolution over revolution, but with some surprise moves that suggest they're not afraid to break a few molds. Let's start under the hood. The 2026 911 comes with multiple engine options, but the most talked about version right now is the hybrid. Yes, for the first time in 911 history, Porsche's gone hybrid, and not just for fuel efficiency. The new T-Hybrid system, first introduced in the 911 Carrera GTS, blends the traditional 3.0-litre twin-turbo flat-six engine with a compact electric motor integrated into the 8-speed PDK transmission. Together, they produce around 532 horsepower and 449 pound-feet of torque, making it the most powerful non-turbo, non-GT 911 to date. And because the electric motor offers instant torque, the throttle response is sharper than ever. It's a seamless integration that doesn't change the soul of the 911, it enhances it. What's impressive is that Porsche managed to keep the weight gain minimal, thanks to a lightweight 400-volt system and smart battery placement. The hybrid 911 only adds about 100 kilograms. You still get that famous rear-engine balance, with handling that's even more dialed in thanks to chassis tweaks and the latest iteration of Porsche active suspension management. Now, if you're more of a purist, don't worry, Porsche hasn't abandoned its roots. The standard Carrera and Carrera S models still feature the internal combustion flat-six without electrification. And of course, the GT3 and GT3 RS variants remain naturally aspirated, focused purely on track performance, with no hybrid assist, at least for now. Moving on to the exterior, Porsche has once again made subtle but meaningful changes. At first glance, the 2026 model looks familiar, but look closer and you'll see a redesigned front bumper with active aero components. Air intakes adjust automatically to optimize cooling and aerodynamics based on speed and engine load. The rear end gets a slightly more sculpted design, and the taillights now stretch wider across the back, reinforcing that broad-shouldered look the 911 is known for. Wheels are now staggered as standard, 20 inches at the front and 21 at the rear, and for the hybrid model, they come with a unique design that improves airflow to help cool the regenerative braking system. Porsche has also expanded its color palette, including several heritage-inspired shades and new metallic options that really pop in the sunlight. Inside, the 911 is where things take a noticeable leap. Porsche's gone fully digital for the first time. The traditional analog tachometer, a staple of the 911 for decades, is now gone, replaced with a customizable 12.6-inch curved digital display. It's sleek, modern, and surprisingly intuitive. You can still get a classic 5-dial layout in digital form if you want, but now it's joined by more advanced driver assistance info, performance metrics, and navigation overlays. The center console features the latest version of Porsche communication management with a larger, sharper 11.9-inch touchscreen. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard, along with voice control that actually works. Over-the-air updates mean your car gets smarter over time, and for the first time, Porsche is offering an optional passenger display so your co-pilot can manage music, maps, or monitor performance stats without interfering with your view. Fit and finish, as always with Porsche, are superb. Materials have been upgraded with new sustainable options like recycled microfiber and leather alternatives, but you can still go full leather and carbon fiber if you prefer. The seating position remains perfect, hugging you low into the car with great visibility out front and that unmistakable Porsche steering feel right at your fingertips. Let's talk performance. Porsche claims 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.0 seconds flat for the hybrid Carrera GTS, with a top speed of 193 miles per hour. But what numbers don't capture is how the car feels. The electric assist adds punch off the line, but more importantly, it fills in the gaps where the turbos used to lag. Mid-range acceleration is brutal and satisfying, with no hesitation. The brakes, now enhanced with regenerative capabilities, they feel just as strong and consistent as ever, with excellent modulation. On the track, the 911 Hybrid holds its own with a composed, balanced character that remains playful when pushed. Steering feedback is precise, and thanks to rear axle steering and adaptive dampers, it stays planted through corners without ever feeling artificial. Porsche has clearly worked hard to maintain the analog spirit of the 911 even as it moves into the digital, electrified age. Fuel economy is also improved, though Porsche doesn't quote exact numbers just yet. But in everyday driving, the hybrid system allows for short bursts of electric-only cruising at low speeds, great for city driving or crawling through traffic. And while this isn't a plug-in hybrid, the system recharges quickly through regenerative braking and engine power. Safety and convenience tech are also upgraded. You now get adaptive cruise control with stop and go, lane keeping assist, traffic sign recognition, and a new AI-powered parking system that can autonomously park the car with or without you inside it. Porsche has even added a drive coach mode, essentially an AI co-pilot that analyzes your driving and offers real-time feedback on braking points, throttle application, and steering input. It's like having a personal instructor with you on every canyon run or track day. So, who is the 2026 Porsche 911 really for? The answer, as always, is wide-ranging. For traditionalists, there are still naturally aspirated, manual transmission models that deliver pure, unfiltered driving. For tech lovers and early adopters, the hybrid GTS offers cutting-edge performance with real-world usability. And for collectors, the 2026 model year marks an important milestone at the beginning of electrification for the 911, without compromising its soul. Porsche has always balanced on the knife edge between preserving heritage and embracing progress. With the 2026 911, they've managed to do both. It's a car that respects where it came from but isn't afraid to step into a new era. It's faster, smarter, and more efficient, yet it still delivers that unmistakable 911 experience, the sound, the feel, the connection between car and driver. If this is what the future looks like for sports cars, sign us up. Porsche hasn't just built a better 911, they've built a smarter, more adaptable machine that proves you don't have to give up what you love in order to evolve. And if the 2026 911 is any indication, the next chapter for performance cars is going to be very exciting. Thanks for joining us on this ride through the future of an icon. Let us know what you think of the hybrid 911 in the comments, and whether you'd go for one or stick with the classic setup. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss another episode of Car Craze.